Good day, everybody, and welcome to 3D Modeling with Mr. Cardinal. Today we're going to be drafting or modeling this toolbox. This is actually a toolbox that we will be building when we go into the shop in a few weeks. The video probably is about an hour long, so buckle your seatbelts. This is a good one. But we'll try to do it as quickly as possible and use some shortcuts to make this quicker than normal. So, let's begin. Start by finding that Sketchup shortcut on your desktop and double-clicking on it. We're going to be drawing in metric. So, choose template, architectural design, millimeters, and we want to make sure we have this person here. Once we've done that, once we've selected on that one, that template, we're going to press Start using Sketchup. Okay, now this person is here for a reason, mainly for scaling. So when we're drawing something, if for example, this toolbox is bigger than this person, let's call this person Chris. And if our toolbox is bigger than this person, then we are obviously drawing to the wrong scale. So we would want to check and start over. Once we have established that we're drawing to the correct size, then Chris is no longer needed, and most of the time we just delete him. You can see that I'm moving around a cursor. Now, the cursor is used to point, I guess, at different parts, but also if I put my cursor on, let's say, Chris's watch, and I use my scroll to zoom in and out, it will zoom in and out to his watch. So wherever I'm pointing, I can zoom in and out of. And that goes for mostly any tool that I have. The other zoom tool that we should discuss is panning. Now, panning is here. That's the pan. If I grab it, I can pan. But I really rarely use that. What I normally do now is I'll push down on the scroll, which is orbit. And to pan, I hold down Shift at the same time. So panning, orbiting, and zooming in and out. Those are generally the three zoom tools that we use. The other one is Zoom Extents, which is this one here, and it zooms everything to the screen, everything that I've drawn to full screen, just like that. Okay, so back to this drawing right here. We're going to begin by drawing this end piece. It's probably the most difficult part to draw, but it's kind of a base for us to begin with. So let's do that. So orbit by pushing down your scroll and turn so that the green is going pretty much straight back, the red is to the right, and the blue is up and down. These are really my X, my Y, and my Z axis, but in this program we call them red, blue, and green. And let's get the pencil tool. We're going to click on the origin, and actually before I click on that, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Now I'm going to click on that. And I'm just going to drop the line on the red axis and let go of the mouse and type in 185. I do not need to put in mm because I already have this drawing set to millimeters. So just 185 and press enter. I will move the mouse up in the blue position. So this is how this program works. I just move the mouse in the direction I want to go, let go of the mouse, and type in the number. So now I can type in 125, and you can see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen where it says length 125. Perfect, and let's press enter. This time I'm going to move the mouse to the left and press 50 and enter. Now I'm still attached here, but what I want to do is press escape to detach from that last point. Now this is pretty small. Chris is taking up a lot of this space. I know already that I'm drawing in the correct scale. So let's get the cursor, click on Chris's legs. Here, let's see Chris one last time. Hey buddy, it's time for you to take a vacation. Goodbye. Now when I click my Zoom Extents tool, everything I've drawn extends to the screen. So I'm just going to pan that back down. I need some space above to draw as well, so I can't have it taking up the whole screen. Now let's draw from here. So go grab the pencil tool and click on the origin drop it on the blue, drop the line on the blue, and type in 125, and press enter. And now we're going to go to the right on the red, let go of the mouse, type in 50, and press enter. I'm still attached, so let's press escape. Now what a great time to save it. So let's File, Save As. We haven't named it yet, so we want to save as, not save. Later we'll be using save. We're going to name this. I'm going to put mine on the desktop in my grade 9 folder. Now I've already done some toolboxes here, and actually these were for the video, but my video audio didn't go so well the first time. So now I've got my snowball mic going, so we should have better audio. So let's call this 3D, and I'm just going to use all capitals just because I want it to have a different name than this one here. So 3D Toolbox, that should work. Press, no, doesn't work. I'm going to have to do this a little bit differently. Even with capitals, it's thinking it's the same name, which I don't blame it. Let's put version 2. You can name it for yourself just 3D Toolbox. There we go. Save that, and you can see on top 3D Toolbox version 2. So we need to find the handle part up here, and there's a whole bunch of angles that we need to know. Actually, we don't need to know them. We just need to get a point so that we can draw from point A to point B. So the nice thing about this program is it will guesstimate where the, well, it knows where the middle is. There, right there. So once I'm at midpoint, you can see that it will just snap to midpoint. You want to click, move it up in the blue axis, and we are going to type in 292. Just checking my measurements. Enter. That goes pretty high. I'm going to press escape now, and I'm going to just zoom out a couple times. I'm going to orbit a bit this way. Now, grab the circle drawing tool and click on this top point. Once you've clicked on it, you're going to move your mouse, and you can see the little red line shows up. It doesn't matter which way, actually. It doesn't have to be red, any way. And it's asking what the radius. If you look in the bottom right corner down here, it says radius. What do you want the radius to be? You can pull this out as far as you want. It doesn't matter. You let go of the mouse, and then you type in 20 for radius. And it'll make a little 20 radius circle. Okay, let's zoom into that circle and pan down, zoom in, and I am just going to draw a line on the red axis until it hits this side, and as well to the left until it hits this side. That's important because I'm going to take and click on this outermost point here and click on this point. And I'm going to do the same over here. Click on this point and click on this point. Fit to screen, and we have kind of getting close to the shape we want. Now this has a curved inside radius here, and that radius is going to be 7 millimeters, and we're going to use the 2-point arc tool. That is this one here that looks like kind of a bow and arrow almost. So we're going to click on that. And to use this tool, do you know what? Before we use this tool, we actually have to plot some points. So let's back that up. Let's get our pencil, and we are going to plot points 30 this way. So I'm going to actually purposely go out here so I can see that I'm on the red. 30, enter. And what it does is it plots a point right... You know what? I don't know where it is. So what I'm going to do is it did plot a point there. I'm going to do one this way now, on here, 30. Drop a line here. My mouse wants to dance around. So there we go. We're going to go 30. And it's plotted one there as well. Now I don't know where they are, so I'm going to zoom in a bit. And I'm going to use my dimension tool to find it. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to look for it. There it is. So I'm going to click there and come down. There's 30 and 30. And I'm going to do the same here until it says 30, and just bring that aside. And that's just temporary, just so I know where to draw my arc. And we'll do the same on the other side. Clicking on this point, dropping the line, pressing 30, typing 30, enter, and here, dropping the line on that line and typing in 30 and pressing an enter. Again, I'm just going to take my dimensioning tool, find that 30 mark. These are temporary, so they're going to get deleted pretty soon. There you have it. Now that I have those points plotted, now I can take my 2-point arc tool, and I simply click on this point, and I click on this point, and you can see it's asking what the radius is. So I can move this all over the place. I want to move it down, down just a little bit, and let go of the mouse, and type in 7 and press enter. And that creates a 7mm radius. And we're going to do the same here. Click on that point, then on this point, and we're going to drop this down, a little bit tricky, and press 7, type in 7 and enter. Awesome. Zoom extends, let's see what we got. Looking pretty good. Now there's some lines here that we don't need. So this is eraser tool. When I have nothing behind here, this is a flat piece of paper, I can drag the eraser tool like this. If I have things behind here, if this is a 3D object behind here, I don't want to drag it because it will sometimes erase the pieces behind here that I can't see. Then I would just single click. And then it will only erase one item at a time. I'm going to leave this center one there for now. I think. Is that correct? No, I'm going to click this one, and I'm going to click this one. I want this center point here. So can I get rid of? I can probably get rid of everything. I just want a point to click to here later on. You know what? I'm going to redraw that. Let's get rid of that as well. There we go. Single click in, and we have the paper thin end to our toolbox. Great time to save it. You can go File, Save now. It's already named. We're going to use 20 millimeter thickness for all of our pieces of wood that we're drawing. So grab this push-pull tool now, and we're going to hover over top of this end piece. Click one time, one click, and then you're going to push it. And this is where we make this 3D, right? So you can push it or pull it, but I would like you to push it, let go of the mouse, type in 20, and enter. So that's the premise of this whole program. You push things in the direction you want to go, and then type in the number, okay? Or you draw a circle and you put in the radius and put enter. So there's no point relative in this program. It's just basically a push, or you're putting it in the direction you want to go and typing in the number. Now that's looking pretty good. So let's now group this. Before we go any farther, we're going to group this. It's the easiest to group it now. So grab your cursor, and we're just going to draw a box around this. And we're going to group it. So we're going to go right click on it and go to Make Group. Okay. I'm wondering. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now that it's grouped, we're actually going to copy another one, or make a copy of these. So Control C, or edit copy, the same thing. You can see the quick, sorry, there it is, Control C, and then Control V is paste. So now that I have it in my memory, I can either click this or go Control V. And I'm going to just place this extra copy back here for now. And that's also a group. Should be a group. Yes, it's a group. Now that's off to the side. It doesn't really matter where you put it. We want to take and place it at a specific distance from here to the other side. Now, I'm going to use my other one to take a measurement. The distance away is going to be, so let's just make sure we're getting this correct. I'm going to take a measurement from here to here. I think it's 360. Yes, 360. There we go. So go back to the drawing, and we are going to simply draw a line from this point right here on the green axis, 360 millimeters. So grab that pencil, click on this point, drop the line, and type in 360, enter. And then press escape. I'm going to fit to screen again. Now, I want to put this point to this point. So to do that, I use this tool here called a Move tool. And Pretty simple. I basically just click on the point I want to move it from to the point I want to move it to. So let's click on the point from and then to the point to, and you'll see it'll snap. You want to see it snap. Okay, and once it's done, I'm going to press escape. And there you have the two ends. And what a great time to save. Okay, now we are ready to build the dividers. And when I'm talking about the dividers, I'm talking about this right here. Let's do that next. These are 20 millimeters by, let's measure that out. Measure that out with my, I could use a tape measure as well. 126. Oh, and I believe, how far are they in? This is important. This is also important. 25 in. So they're 20 wide, 25 in, and 126 up. Okay, I hope you remembered all those numbers. And let's go back here. Now we just need to pivot in. We could do it on this side too. So let's grab that pencil. And from this corner, we're going to drop the line on here. There we go. Type in 25 and press enter. Now, I'm attached. If you're not attached, you might have to take your dimensioning tool to find where that went. Now I'm going to go up 126. Now that should, I'm going to double check, that shouldn't go any farther. Yeah, perfect. And now I'm going to go to the left 20 on the red axis. And then I'm going to go back down on the blue 126. Press escape. Now this rectangle, let's see here. Oh, it's grouped. Because it's grouped, I don't think I can push-pull it unless I drew the bottom. So let's try drawing the bottom. And now let's maybe try, yep, there. Now it's a complete rectangle. Now I can grab it by single-clicking with the push-pull tool. Pull it towards me. Now as I'm pulling towards me, I'm just going to come out and I'm going to click on this edge right there. Okay? And you'll see that it went on that inside edge. Let's do that exact same thing on this side. Grab the pencil, 25 in, 126 up, 20 to the right, and you can just snap to the bottom as long as you stay on the color, and then you can snap to the beginning. That one changed color for me. Grab it, pull to this side, and you just need to click on this edge, and it will go to the inside edge. Now what a great time to save. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm liking it so far. Now let's make the dividers. The dividers are, there's, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dividers, and the first one's right in the middle. Let's do that one first. Now the dividers are 20 thick, so that's going to be split in half 10. So you'll figure that, you'll see this right away. So let's find the midpoint. Is this the best way to do this? Well, we'll try this out. So let's grab the midpoint, and we're just gonna orbit this way, and we're gonna drop this on the red line, and let's type in 25. Okay. Now we are gonna go down right until I hit this bottom line. Then I'm gonna go in on the red, and then I'm gonna go up to the starting point, and I'm gonna connect these two. Next, I'm going to zoom into here, and I'm going to come from this point down 25. Let go of that mouse. And then you can just find that point. Now that point needs to be connected to this point. I can now take my eraser, single click, and single click. Now that is dead center. I want to push-pull this to the right and to the left 10. So grab that push-pull tool, click on the divider, move it to the right, press 10, and enter. To the left, 10, and enter. Okay? Now I need some more of these. I need to have 2 more here, but I also need a small skinny one on this side that's going to just help aid in the build of this. So let's do that one. Let's do that one next. We're going to do that one the same way, and then we're going to cheat a little bit on the next one. So let's go to this point right here. We're going to drop the line on the red, make sure it's red, and type in 25. Okay, and you'll see it's kind of like that. And then we're going to go down on the blue. I'm not sure if this is working. 25. No, it should be on the blue, so something is wrong here. Wonder, oh, that's why. See, I clicked in the wrong spot. So it should have been on that. It should have been on this line right here. So let's undo that. Control Z is undo. And as I'm thinking about this, I'm wondering if there's an easier way. So I'm going to experiment on this video. I'm just going to try something out here. Let's say I drew a line from here all the way to here, and then to here. See, that should have went solid. Oh, that's why it didn't go to the right spot. So from here to this point. Okay. And let's redraw one of these lines. Okay. This might be another way to do it. If we just draw it solid. And I want to have this one 10 millimeters to the left. And then I can come straight down. And if you look, if I just move this pencil along that edge, it will snap so it's parallel. And then I can go from the bottom to the top. And let's see what happens. Yeah, no, that should work. That should work. So now let's draw 2 more here as well. Now what I need to do here is I need to space these out. So I want them evenly spaced. So I have 160. So I'll just put that measurement there for now. And I want 1 more here and 1 more here. So that leaves me 3 spaces in between. So if I have 2 that are 20, so that's 40, and I have 160. 160 minus 40 is 120, divided by 3 is 40. So there should be 40 millimeters in between each one. So let's go like this. Drop this on 40, type in 40, find 40, come up so this is parallel. Yep, that's nice. And then we're going to come down all the way to the bottom. Now I'm going to go to the left 20. Nope, that went the wrong way. Control Z. Let's try that again. All the way down. Then to the left 20. I got to find that point. I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to click here, and then parallel. There, it snapped to parallel. Now let's see if that worked. I'm just going to delete this line. Now this is hollow. I'm going to delete this as well. That's not a big deal though, because the only thing I need to do is grab my pencil, click on this point, and draw the back side of it, and it will go solid. Same with this side. I just come in here, I draw always along that color. Now snap on the, or click on the bottom, come to the top, and it'll draw that solid as well. So I guess that's one way of doing it. Now let's do another one. We can go start anywhere. If we wanted to, we can even start up here. So let's go 40, enter, find 40, and then come parallel down. So remember, you want it to snap. In this case, that's kind of a purplish pink line. Come all the way on the blue to the bottom. Then we're going to type in 20. That was the wrong one. Let's try that again. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm dropping this line. I'm going to drop it way over here. Let's try that again. 20. What's happening here? Try that again. I'm going to try from this point 20. Now it's sometimes guesses what you want, so it says 20, so I'm just going to click. I'm going to click on 20, come down, and now let's go back up. Parallel, snap. Okay, and these are 40, and this is 40, so that worked out nicely. So now I can just take my eraser tool, click here, and that one's not solid, so it's simple enough. I'll just zoom in so you can see this better. Click on the bottom, then on the inside point, then there, and then up to the top. And we'll do the same here while we can see this view. No dimensions because we're just drawing on the colored lines, and this side as well. Gorgeous. That worked all right. Okay, so I'm going to experiment with another way this way. Now I know these are 40 in between. What happens if I just do this and pull it? No, it doesn't leave me a line. But I could just pull this across for now. We'll snap to this side. It leaves it hollow or not? Doesn't matter at this point. Okay, so now that I know this one's 20, I'm going to just make it 20 again. And then I'll do the parallel to the top. And drop 40 on any one of these lines. Find the 40. Parallel. So I like to see it snap. There we go. 20. And then we'll repeat one last time. 40. $20. Find the 20. At this point, I think you get the gist. And the last one, actually, we need is here. I'm going to go from here. 10 this way. Find the 10. And then, there we go. Now, I don't know if that was any different than the other side, but this will work. There's many ways to do the same thing on this program. So let's erase this line by single clicking. Take our pencil and just simply take and draw these. So they're solid. If they don't go solid, it just means that you are not drawing on the colored line and you just need to redraw it. Okay, so that wasn't too bad, but it was still took me a long time to do. So, you know what? I don't want to do that again on this side. That was just too much work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually erase this side, and I'm going to erase it by orbiting to the top, grabbing my eraser tool, and just dragging the eraser through it. Then I'm going to orbit. Actually, I'm going to leave those ones alone because I need them there. I could erase one of them, but that's fine. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this side and flip it and put it to this side. And what a great time to save. So this is grouped and this is grouped, which makes this actually easier because now it's easier for me to select this like that, and it will select all that middle. It will not select this or this because you would have to select everything to get it, right? If you're just selecting a part of a grouped item, it will not select any of it. So that's perfect. Now, what I'm actually going to do is take and copy and paste that. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to right-click on it, and I'm going to group it. I think that's a good idea. Is that a good idea? I'm thinking about this bottom line right now. Let's just wait. Hold that thought. I'm going to Control-Z that. Edit, undo. I don't think I want this bottom line as part of the group because when I go and I color it, because it's grouped, it will color everything, including this bottom, and I don't think I want that. So let's do this. Yes, let's do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna just zoom out, and I'm gonna try that again. sorry, where's my cursor? There we go. I'm going to just group that. Yeah, select it. I've selected everything I want. Now I'm going to right click on it and go make group. Good. Now I'm going to go Control C and then Control V. And there's my copy. I'll just put this here beside it. Zoom extents. Now to rotate this, there is probably a rotate button here. There it is, rotate. And what I want to do is I want to go underneath it. And the first point I click on is called my hinge point. And the second point, I call it my swing. So once I click on my second point, I can now move it in the direction I want. Okay, I'm going to press escape. And I'm going to show you if I change my protractor this way and click here and go this way, I can tilt it just like that. I can make it from vertical to horizontal. I don't want to do that. The first way is what I wanted. So underneath it, I'm going to click on the first point, and I can click on this line or I can click on this line. It doesn't matter as long as I'm on this flat surface. So I'm going to click here. I move it in the direction I want to go in, and again, let go of the mouse. You're doing a 180 or a half a turn, so type in 180 and press enter. And when you zoom out, you're going to see it turned it around. And that works just mighty fine for me. So let's move it into place with my move tool. I know this point goes here, so we're going to click and we're going to pull it over and snap it into place. There you have it. Deselect it. Oh yes, that's looking pretty fine. Pretty fine. We're getting close. Let's do the bottom so our tools don't fall out. And just need to orbit to one of the ends. It doesn't matter. Only thing we're going to do is grab the rectangle tool. And I want to show you this tool. We're going to click here. And we're going to move the tool in the right direction. And the first number is going to be the, I guess, the width. And we know that's 185. Then we press comma, and this is going to be 20 thick. And that makes us 185 by 20 thick rectangle. Grab your push-pull tool, and I'm going to orbit to the other side, click on the push-pull, or push that surface, sorry, and pull it to this side. I like pulling it towards me because then I can see where it's going to. And what a great time to save. Okay, now let's work on the sides so that our pencils don't fall out. Now I actually forget what the dimensions are for this, so let's go to this one that we drew before and just take a quick dimension. So we have 45 by 7. 45 by 7. Those are pretty simple to draw. We just go on the side like here. We could do this in the same way with our rectangle tool. Grabbing that rectangle, coming up, I like to over exaggerate it. It's not this big, but I like to do this because then I can see what the numbers mean. So I can see right now that my big number is on the left and my small one's on the right. So I know this is going to be 45, 7. Okay? And I can do the same here because I know what it is, and there we go, 45, 7. Now what I didn't do is I didn't get a measurement in between. So how far are we placing these? From there to there is 26. So in this case we're going to take and draw a line 26 up. So just, I always like to come out and then drop it and type in 26, press enter. And I'm going to purposely draw in so I know where that line is. Actually, I could even draw right to the other side. That would work. And then press escape. Now I have 2 points. Rectangle tool, click on that point, and 45, 7. Oh, that went the wrong way. Control Z. Let's try that again. I guess it's 7, 35 on this side. or 7,45. I wonder why that changed on me. Interesting. Okay, so that's why I always like to look at the numbers. As I'm doing this, let go of the mouse, and the numbers are bigger now on the right. Not sure why that changed. 7,45. Interesting. Don't need that line anymore. Single click. And this one too. Now we can just pull that to the other side. So again, I like to be on the other side and I like to pull towards me. It's just simpler to see my end. Like that. And like that. And like this. And like, so you just got to find this edge or this face and click on it. There we go. Now our pencils and our rulers and anything, screwdrivers won't fall out of there. Beautiful. You're doing good. Now the handle. The handle is, we need to find the middle bit. So now I'm going to redraw that point. So finding the midpoint with my pencil. It must say midpoint. There it is. Go up 292. And at this spot, press escape, and that's where we are going to draw a 10mm radius circle. So just drop that there and type in 10 and press enter. Now, I don't know, because this is grouped, I don't know if it's going to let me push that through. Let's see. No. Oh, it did. Okay. Surprised me. So we're going to push it right to this outside edge, like that, so that you can see the end of it. And I wonder if I erase this, and if I erase this, is it going to find the center for me? No, it's not. It doesn't automatically detect. So do not erase those lines yet. We need that center. We are now going to make a cap. And the cap is going to be, let's go, the other one was 10, let's go 14. That's all right. Now I can take and erase this. Now I have to erase this little one and this one. And the reason I want to erase it is because I want to pull this outer circle towards you by 5mm, and then I'm going to pull this one towards me on, and I can do 5mm or just on face. Okay, we're going to leave that like so, and do the exact same thing to the other side. So I don't think, no, won't let me find that center. So I got to find that center all over again. So from the middle, 292 up. There we go. Zoom in, grab the circle tool, 14 radius, and delete this line, and this line, and pull this 5mm, and this one as well, just on face. And I think we are not done, because we need to put your name on it. So there's a text tool right here, but before we do this, what a great time to save. Now, let's talk about the text tool. The 3D text tool, after I click it, it should have popped up a box. There it is. This can be 3D, or if you press this button, not 3D. This extrusion is just how thick your 3D lettering. So obviously if it's not extruded, it's flat. I want it extruded. 2mm is pretty good. You get to pick your own font. And the size, I'm going to stick with 25 for now until I see what it looks like. Type in your name. And you're going to place that. Oh, press place. And see how it auto-rotates? This will auto-rotate. I would like that name right here. Just like that. Try to center it. And just like that's good. Press enter. And escape to deselect. Now let's make it pretty. To do that, let's click on the paint bucket. This opens up a window, and I'm going to fit to screen. Now painting will be actually really easy because I have so many things that are grouped. Now I want you to have a minimum of 3 colors and or textures and or materials. So when you click on this, there's a whole bunch of different options here. And you can see what I did with this one. I have metal, diamond plating. I've got, I think this is a fabric, and then I have some glass in the middle. So let's paint our toolbox. Let's paint it. Let's start with, let's do some stone. I'm going to do a stone handle, just like this. And you'll notice if you want a different texture or a different size, you click on edit after you've placed it, and you can pick a different number. So let's pick, let's be extreme. Let's make this 600. See how that changes it. And it's not going to do too much to this. Okay, let's try 6,000. Oh, just makes it more smooth. How about 60? Oh, I like 60. And you'll see this is linked. If you break the link, then you can have the X and Y axis different. So I'm going to keep those linked together. And that's stone, so I'm going to just cap these with stone as well, if it lets me. You might have to zoom in at times. And you just point the end of your paint bucket on the different pieces, just like that. Okay, I like that. Now because that's stone and I want some things matching, I'm going to do the same. This is going to be stone, and you'll see that you have to do every single face when the item is not grouped. I'm going to do this one while I can see this. And then I can orbit around and just take your time making this your own. There we go. Now we can do this side. Okay, there we have it. Now let's pick something else. So that's stone. Oop. There's other things we can do with colors. We can make our own, and we can do a whole bunch of things. You're welcome to play around with this, especially if you are ahead. Now let's go to, you can do colors. Uh-oh. Okay, when I see that wheel turning, I'm thinking things are going to freeze. And when I think things are going to freeze, what a great time to save. Okay, so you can pick colors as well. I'm going to stay away from the colors. I want some texturing. Something different. How about tile? Let's see, what does tile look like? Oh yeah, there we go. That could be funky. Let's do some of this for my edge patterns. Now what you're going to notice, oh yeah, you can't see the pattern. And that's because the size is too big. So let's make this like, see when I go to 121, so let's go to 120. I like that. That's pretty funky. And you notice it does the whole thing because it's grouped. So super easy. Super easy. That is really funky. Okay. Now, I'm going to do these insides, and those are also grouped, so that will be pretty quick. If you wanted to make them separate colors, you can ungroup them. That's fine with me. Let's try something different here. Let's go into water. Yeah, let's put a water bottom. Let's try that. Ooh, cool. This is how you can make a pool. I don't know about the size though. Again, this is a lot smaller than... There we go. I actually don't like that at all. Let's change the color so it matches. Ooh, there we go. That's kind of funky. Ooh, I like that. There we go. Everything's done. I can see that. And last but not least, let's do these inside pieces. That's pretty busy looking. That's okay. It's all for fun. Oh, I keep on clicking on this button. There's my select. Let's go to... I have no idea what this is. Window coverings? Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's not really going to go. This one might go. What would that look like? That's pretty busy. That's pretty busy. You can kind of get carried away with this stuff. Ooh, that's funky. Once you change the size. Okay, I've got one heck of a busy toolbox. Very, very busy. But that's okay. I'm eager to see what you come up with. And congratulations on finishing this assignment. Make sure that you email it to me and put your name and 3D Toolbox in the subject heading. Have a great and wonderful day, and see you again.